Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast battle report here on SkaredCast. We've got Adam from Blackfire Productions, and we are having a 1,000-point open war battle. This is battle report number 1. Check the link down below for battle report number 2, which will happen as well. There's a double feature, and we've got the Wych Cult with a brand new tantalus versus the Genestealer Cult. Cult on cult action, open war. Let's begin. Open war mission, 1,000 points of cult versus cult. And we begin. So the way open war missions work, we have 4 sets of cards. We have an objective card, a deployment style card, a twist card, and a ruse card, which the Genestealer Cult will be getting because their point power level is lower than mine by 3 power levels. 52 to 55. Because I have an 18-point tantalus.
It's beastly.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I'm really excited to play with my tantalus. Okay, so I'm gonna let Adam do the honors here. So he's gonna basically pick a card. You can pick any card.
Let's take
just the top one.
Yep.
Ooh.
Deployment.
It's like hammer and anvil with no minimum distance between us.
That's right. Wow.
Perfect.
Wowzers.
Okay, that's gonna be pretty intense pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And our objective will be
That one there. War of Attrition.
War of Attrition. So this one here. So War of Attrition, like kill points, but with power level. Pretty cool.
Yep.
So then we draw a twist card. A twist is just going to add some flavor to the match. And this twist card today is double or nothing. So we roll a dice. On a 1 to 3, no twist cards are used. On a 4 to 6, draw 2 more twist cards and apply both to the game. Okay, we'll let Adam do he's got some really cool dice. These are the Blackfire Dice production. Make sure you check out his link. He's going to do another order, so you can order some cool dice. You're going to get some cool dice from him.
That's right.
Okay, on a 4, 5, or 6, it's 2 cards. Oh,
It's a 3,
so no twist. Ooh, what a twist.
That's interesting.
But no twist
at all.
and just to kill each other.
That's
okay. And then last but not least, we have the ruse card. Now, the ruse card could be anything, and it is going to give him an advantage in-game because he has a lower power level army than mine. So he's going to pick a twist card, and he'll reveal it whenever it is relevant. Okay, so on we start with the game. Let's see what happens as this bloodbath begins.
That's what I'm taking.
Okay, the cult of the Bloodied Blade, fresh out of the arenas of the Dark City, comes down with a succubus ready to do some damage. She is leading, and she is a tenacious survivor. I also gave her the +2 leadership drug, because while she's on the tantalus, my entire army in line of sight of the tantalus gets to use her leadership. So she's leadership 10.
That's really good.
Which is pretty cool. The Beastmaster gets +2 inches of movement. These Reaver jet bikes are going to go for +1 attack. These witches, +1 strength. They are blood brides. And these Hellions are going for +1 toughness. I also have some beasts. So we got some Warg beasts, which are standing in for Chimera. And we've got 2 Clawed Fiends in the back. So, 1,000 points of Drukhari Cult. Wych Cult. Cool. And now we're moving on to 1,000 points of Genestealer Cults. Take it away, sir.
Alright. Back here we have the Neophyte Acolytes. They are what they are, just all have auto guns, auto pistols.
They are chaff.
That is it. 50 points. 15 strong Genestealer or Pierce Strain Genestealers.
Very cool.
Patriarch, which is my
The Warlord, and he's stepping over as some sort of Raven Guard character.
That is right.
Got a friend of yours that plays Raven Guard?
Probably that. I then have 10 Acolytes here. There is a banner, and then I do have the 3 saws and the 1 rock cutter.
Cool.
I do not have the bone swords on the leader.
Okay.
And then my allied detachment, I have the Valkyrie with 2 heavy bolters, Laskin, Hellstrike missiles, 10-man squad of scions with 4 plasma rifles. All of them have hotshot las guns. The leader has power sword and bolt pistol, and then my Tempestor Prime, who has a power sword and plasma rifle.
Very
plasma
cool.
gun, not rifle.
So we've got 1,000 points of Genestealer Cult with some scions that happen to have been infected
That's right.
by the multi-legged
Mind-controlling
emperor,
patriarch.
a mind-controlling patriarch, which
That's
is one of
right.
your psychic powers.
That is my psychic power.
We've rolled off, and the Genestealers have started to deploy. They've picked this half of the battlefield. I get this half of the battlefield, and the Patriarch has been placed in ambush reserve. So we're going to alternate deployment, and we shall be back. End of the deployment phase. So we've got Genestealers and the Patriarch in ambush reserve. We've got a Valkyrie for the Scions, the Neophytes, the Acolytes. I put a big screen of dogs. I put Witches, Beastmaster, and Succubus in the Tantalus. I put the Hellions screening back here, and the Reaver Jetbikes on this flank. So he was finished. Oh, and I put the Clawed Fiend back here because we can be really close to each other, about 3 inches away from each other. So the Genestealers do want to try and go first.
It's true.
That's true.
That's
so
true.
the Dark Eldar are going to attempt to seize the initiative. Drum roll, please. Let's see if I can seize. Ayah! No, that is a 4.
All right.
Let's move on to the first turn. Have fun.
Best of
It's
luck.
going to be brutal. It's going to be bloody. Let's end of turn 1, and my beasts took the brunt of the Genestealer Cult, which is exactly what they were doing to hold the line. So all my beasts died to a combination of shooting. My Tantalus has taken 5 wounds from overcharged plasmas and heavy bolter and last cannon shots from here. The Patriarch and his Genestealers rolled really badly, even with a reroll, and they were forced on that edge, 9 inches away from my dogs and within 6 inches away. So now I'm going to be able to create some room to run away from the Patriarch and his Genestealers. So it is going on to Dark Eldar. So the Witches, turn 1, and we've got a fully functioning Tantalus.
Dangerous.
Dangerous Tantalus. Let's see what I can do as we move in to turn 1 for the Drukhari. Okay, Drukhari, turn 1. So I essentially moved from my deployment corner and got really nasty in the middle here. So I basically shot everything I could into the Acolytes and forced them to take a morale test at -8 because they're far away from their Patriarch. So there was 2 Acolytes left. They did fail their morale at the end of the turn. I moved my Tantalus up and charged the Valkyrie, the Scions, and the Acolytes, because when it charges on a 4+, the units within an inch take D3 mortal wounds. But I didn't roll any 4+, and then the 2 rock saws put 4 wounds on it. So after Overwatch and everything, he's done more damage in Overwatch and
Then
combat
turn 1.
than on turn 1 shooting. So my Tantalus only has 4 wounds left. So he's limping around now. I still have the Witches and Succubus inside there though. The Hellions and the Reaver Jetbikes and the Beast Pack Master charged in and killed all the Scions. That was just the Hellions. They did really well. And the Scion Commander is surrounded, so he cannot fall back. The Valkyrie itself did take 6 wounds, or 8 wounds, sorry. It took 8 wounds from the super cannons on the Tantalus. It has 6 wounds left.
Yeah.
So it is limping, so we'll see what it can do after this. It is in combat, so it's going to have to fall back and disengage if it doesn't want to get eaten. So,
Yes.
the Genestealers and the Patriarch are way out of position right now. They're hoping for a long advance and charge roll to get them stuck into the combat. So let's see what the Genestealer Cult can do on this fateful second turn. It feels like this game has been going on forever, and it's been an absolute bloodbath from the first turn. Okay, turn 2, and which cult will be victorious? Okay, so turn 2 for the Genestealer Cult. The Tantalus was destroyed. It died. It didn't explode though.
No, I was
That
hoping
would have
for an
been
explosion.
nasty. It would have killed a lot of stuff. But I keep
hoping.
some rerolls around just in case I don't want it to explode. Or if I want to try and make it explode. The Acolytes, the Neophytes? Neophytes charged
Neophytes,
in.
Yeah.
Lost 7 of their number, but they passed their morale test.
Yeah, with a 1.
Cool. Very cool for them. I did lose 4 blood brides in the explosion. Oh, sorry, 3 blood brides in the explosion and then 1 in combat when the neophytes charged in. The Reaver jet bikes laid low the Scion commander. They're taking him back, or chopped his head off or something. And now moving on to turn 2.
Dark Eldar.
You're the Dark Eldar. I know, it's pretty crazy. He's in hover, so he's moved back. He's in hover mode. He's got 6 wounds left.
That's right.
So we'll see what I can do there. Probably the Hellion's going to go try to do some damage with the blaster from the Reaver jet bikes. But I have to stay away from these Genestealers. He did kill my highest power level model, and his highest power level models are still alive. So yeah, this could, you know, if he decides to run away and he's winning, then I can't do anything about that. But we will come back after turn 2. End of turn 2. I moved the witches back. I fell them back away from the 3 little neophytes to get them further away from the Genestealers, and I moved my pack of Helions and my Reaver jet bikes to charge in, and they took the last wounds, 4 wounds, barely off the Valkyrie. After the blaster did another 2 wounds as well. So then I'm back here. It is turn 3. We've got a bunch of pure strain Genestealers. It's definitely a tight game because my Tantalus was 18 power level.
Yeah.
So that's an intense. Right now, we'll come back with the scores. Turn 3, and the Genestealer pack has arrived with a long charge into the Reaver jet bikes. They have murdered all the Reaver jet bikes. The Helions looking on as their friends were torn down by a pack of hungry Genestealers. Then we also had, nothing happened here, and then the Smite actually killed. So this guy, they moved up. They essentially moved and ran and advanced. And now they're into my lines. So it was 33 points to 30 points. But with the death of the Reaver jet bikes, he's essentially forced me on the back foot now. So I have to kill either these or the Patriarch in order to win. If not, the Genestealers will win.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. It'll be good. And lots of stuff happening here. Moving on to the next 2. Okay, so at the end of turn 3, the Dark Eldar, the Wych Cult, charged in, shot in, and finally killed all 16 Genestealers with a morale test because there was 2 left at the end there. So, the Patriarch, I've killed 40. Sorry, I've killed 43 points of the enemy, right? 43?
I had 52 and I have 7, so 45.
Right, 45 points. Okay, so now the Patriarch has a couple of turns to try to do some damage, but I've got wounded unit of witches. I've got my Succubus who's got 2 wounds taken, and she's 5 points. My witches are like 6 points or 7 points, and then my Helions are the big unit here. So let's see what happens as the Dark Eldar go on to turn 4 now.
Yeah.
They are now immune to morale, which is awesome.
Really good.
And the Patriarch is going to try take them all on.
Gonna try.
Let's see what happens.
Gonna try.
Okay, so turn 4 for the Patriarch. He charged in, killed all the witches, and put 2 wounds on my Succubus because
Are you saved?
Oh no, she didn't put any wounds on my Succubus because I burnt my last reroll to save her.
That's right.
That's right.
Because if not,
good
it
old
would have
vulnerable
been
save.
D3.
D3 wounds would have been great. So in my turn, my Succubus has shot a pistol at him in combat and done another wound, and now my Helions have surrounded him. Let's see if they can take him out in this last combat. Turn 4, and the Helions have succeeded in... And there we go, the end of the game. The Dark Eldar Cult succeeded in wiping out the Genestealer infestation. Thanks a lot for tuning in to this battle report. Stay tuned for more content. Support the channel. Like, share and subscribe. Skari out.